Hey, what's up, everybody? Let's get into the Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 5. So, before we start off with everything, like, share, subscribe, and join the channel, y'all. So, let's get down to the mess of the mess. And Miami it's been a little interesting so far. Been a little dry, but, you know, it's just the beginning. We just on the 5th episode. But let's get down to it. So, we start off with Alexis. So, Alexis go meet her life coach. Girlfriend go meet a life coach. She got a male life coach, and so the male life coach actually tried to speak to her, try to give her some advice on things that she needs to do when it comes to red flags and stuff like that. That you may look at one red flag and then you may skip one red flag and then there'll be multiple ones. You mostly doing that because you're doing that because you're 1 or 10 because you lost yourself. That's why you lost yourself. So that's why you looking past. You didn't look past so many red flags because you lost who you were. And I don't think she paid any attention to what that man said because it's like, sweetie, you're living right in everything he's saying to you. You are actually living proof of that right now with Todd. Todd don't want you. Todd trying to keep you close because I think Todd ain't got no money. But she ended up talking to him because she wanted to set up a wellness retreat, something like that, where she invited the ladies because they, had some issues. They didn't sing shamans and this and that. And, she said, that ain't really help. So this life coach will really give them the real things that they really need to know. I said, girl, you tsunami. Because I said, shaman is the same thing as a life coach, but better. But I said, the thing is, y'all don't take in what the shaman said to y'all or did for y'all. Because y'all are still living the same cycle from when y'all synced the shaman. So, let's be real here. But let's move on past that one. Let's get into Stephanie, Kiki, and Larson. So they ended up meeting up for lunch. And we ended up getting to know a little bit more about Stephanie. You know, uh, she have she have siblings. I think it's 2 sisters, 1 brother, something like that. And they don't really get along. Like they usually come for her for her pockets. They include her parents too. But she talked a little bit about that. Um, Lawson, uh, yeah, Lawson talked about her and Lisa issue, the issues that they having and whatever. Um, Kiki said y'all need separation. I said, girl, shut up. So y'all just need a little bit of separation. Kiki, I said, Kiki, your best. Y'all need some time. That's what Kiki said. So we move on to Julia and we, oh no, not Julia. I said we move on to Gertie and Alexis. So Gertie and Alexis meet up for lunch or whatever, and because Gertie was actually in New York during the she's in New York doing something. Oh, she was in New York during the baby shower. So yeah, she was in New York doing that, and so she meets up with Alexis, and they end up telling Alexis she got to go to the New York Stock Exchange. She rung the bell for the breast cancer society. Yeah, she rang the bell for them. Also said that she told her feelings about everything that's going on. She said when she was telling them about her going to New York City before for the New York Stock Exchange event that she has to do. She said none of them congratulated her or anything in the text messages at all. And she would just explain how she felt and everything. excuse me, and what happened with her and the Julia situation. And Alexis was being kind of standoffish, was kind of saying, you come off, um, what is it, a little aggressive, kind of a little aggressive. She was, they was trying to make, actually, they were trying to make her into, I don't want to say angry black woman, always it's always over the top. But Gertie said, but you always over the top. You always doing something and this and that and the third. Y'all do this. She said, like, you actually do the same thing you accuse me of doing. You do it all the time. And at that point, Alexa, like, this is why I don't want to, this is why we don't I don't want to speak to you like this, because of this. I said, huh? I said, she also called her out. She said, y'all got double standards. Y'all have double standards for different people. What happened to me, what's been happening to me has been wrong in this group. And on top of that, what Julia did was totally wrong. Um, and she was like, it was just, Alexis was a joke. I said, these women are a joke. And I said, it seemed like they treating Gertie differently. And it don't make sense. It's like, it's not right. Like, Gertie should not be being treated like this. This woman dealt with cancer. Cancer. She had to have her girls cut out, and now she done got her redone at least twice already. She don't. It's a new body. It's been chemical. It's been radiated. And I'm getting back to me, and y'all are not even acting like y'all not even acting like my friends. It's really tragic. Um, yeah, we move on past that. We move on to we move on to Kiki. So we get to see Kiki's son and his friend. She took them to they go do something different. They went to go play they went to do a pub golf. I don't think I'm saying it right. But she took them there because she was waiting on Larson to come. And so Larson showed up, gave him a hug and everything, because he off to college. She asked him what he doing in college, what he taking up. He said he taking up psychiatry. He taking up psychiatry, and he gonna take up some of his minor. It's gonna be, I forget what he said it was. It was something else. Something else he's taking up. Asked him about, do you have a girlfriend? His friend said no. He said, why you at? He went, no. And why did you answer? Well, you don't. I said, oh man. Oh, I said, oh my God. I said, yeah. I said, so I went, yeah. Um, we ended up finding out that they go play pub golf, whatever it's called. I know I ain't pronouncing it right. So they go do that. Her and Kiki and Lawrence having a little conversation because Kiki want her father to have a relationship with her son. It's like, your son 18. He 18. He out of college. I said, what relationship they gonna be? But Larson had got her to call her dad while they went to the bar. She got her to call her dad, introduced the dad to Larson and everything like that. Asked him, would he please call his grandson tomorrow? It's very important, and wish him happy birthday. And so they said, okay. So yeah, she wanted a connection. She wanted her dad to have connection with the kids, with his grandkids. Will that happen? I don't know. Actually don't know. I hope that it does, because it seems like that's what she wants to happen. but we'll we'll see how this gonna go. Let's move on to Stephanie. So we got Stephanie and her hubby. So they ended up looking. There was a hurricane. A hurricane came through Miami, and this is after the hurricane. So they go to check on some units in the building that they own, to see how the units are set up. So people can go through. Apparently, there was two dogs that were actually at their left right at their facility, at their apartment place where they left there. Somebody just abandoned them. So her husband is a big animal supporter, and he done already named dogs, got them nice collars and stuff. So they ended up. Stephanie wants to see every unit that's been set up and ready for viewing. And he said, no. We're gonna go to this one right here that she's taking us to, and then we're done. We're done. And he told the worker, he went, after this, no, don't show us no more. But she went, I'm going. Stephanie went, I'm going to each and every one. So they end up going to the one they went to. The dog was in there, and the thing was already. She was making complaint because the dog had peed on the bed and everything else, and she mad, and he done named them and stuff like that. That's what went on with her and her husband. Yeah. We move on past them. Let's get into so we get into Gertie and Julia. So Gertie and Julia meet up for lunch because apparently at either at the after the wedding celebration for Marisol, I want to say Marisol, Nim, and Julia met up, and she wrote a Caesarean text all of a sudden, saying that she wanted to meet up with Gertie, and Gertie kept her on red until she finally answered. So now they meeting up. So as they met up to talk about the situation of what went down, Julia wanted to apologize. So Julia wanted to apologize and move forward automatically, like she wanted to sweep it under the rug and just move forward. She apologized about the water. Gertie said, I feel backstabbed. She said, I feel backstabbed. Julia said, you shared, you shared my facelift. Oh yeah, she did have a facelift. You shared my facelift with everybody. I said, you better be glad she shared that. She should have been putting hands on you. That's what she should have been doing. She should have been putting no paws on you. She should have been handling you like she should have been handling you. But she didn't. She used her words and she cut you deeper than you wanted to be cut. And you don't like it. Yeah. So she said that Gertie was like, yeah. You hurt, I'm hurt. Saying you hurt me, I hurt you. Plain and simple. I said, girl, I love you, girl. Julia said she just wanted to move on. It seemed like to me Julia really didn't care. Julia trying to save face. That's what she's trying to do. And she realized, oh, we filming. So I need to change this up for my image. It's like, girl, your image been tarnished since the day you came on the show. You just really showing your true colors at this point. So we move on past that. So we move on to the ladies. So the ladies are actually on the bus. So they on the van waiting. Everybody coming on because they getting ready to go to Alexis wellness thing that she got. And as they're on them, they're waiting and waiting and waiting. They've been waiting for over 2 hours for Lisa to show up. Lisa showed her ass up with two phones in hands typing, hey y'all, get on bus, hey y'all. So at this point, Stephanie pissed Stephanie before she even got off. Stephanie said, I got two pet peeves. Don't be late. I can't stand when a person is late. And I don't talk about the pipes. I don't talk about a man's, you know what. I don't talk about that. I said, they also, side note, they said, well, girl, you in the wrong, Kiki went, girl, you in the wrong, Kiki in her confession, girl, you in the wrong circle, girl, because she went, all I do is talking about it. So shoot, that's all. That's like she ain't the only one. I said every woman up there talk about that. It's like you in the wrong circle because their women talk about nothing but pipe. They all about the eggplant. He said he was eggplant this, eggplant that, eggplant, eggplant, eggplant. So we moved. So at that point, when Lisa got on there, Stephanie called her out. Stephanie said, "Now, Stephanie said, you think it's right for us to have to wait here for 2 hours for you to get out?" Lisa, like, who you talking to? Lisa, like, I don't even know you. She like, I don't care if you don't know me. She like I said, do you think it's right that we had to wait over 2 hours to wait on you to show up, and then you act like it ain't nothing? You don't say sorry, I'm late or nothing. You act like, oh hey girls and stuff like that. You know, Marisol in her confession, like, it's about damn time somebody told this girl. She went, I didn't know this girl for how long? 20 years or something like that. She ain't true. I'm used to her being late, but it's tiresome. I'm glad somebody said it. So they going back and forth. Don't ever talk to me like that. Don't ever. She went, I'll talk to you any way I want to. You late. So Lisa felt a certain way. Larson came in. Larson giving her 2 cents about the situation. She went, I ain't even talking to you, Larson. We ain't speaking. I said this hell for crazy as hell. And Stephanie. I think Stephanie was right because I said I would have said something to her when she got on there right before when she first opened her mouth. I would say something to her. I'm that type of person. I can't stand being late to nowhere. And then a person being late 2 hours, we'd have been gone. But the only reason you can tell they only stayed because of production. Production's the only reason why they stayed. But I said that's where it ends. It ended there. Yeah. That's where it ended. Lisa was mad, telling people don't speak to her, don't talk to me like that. I don't even know you. So that's all that happened on this episode. This was Miami, the Real Housewives of Miami season 7, episode 5. Y'all can't wait to the next episode because it's getting deeper, baby. Because Lisa ended up leaving. I said, Sean, I can't believe this. I'm out of here. But it seemed like in the next episode, when they go to that little Alexis retreat, the life coach seen it. The way the clip was the trailer for the next episode. It showed that he was going around to each lady. He was calling out each lady for that what he had learned about them from Alexis. It seemed he went through. When he got to Lisa, she didn't like it when he called her out to call her up. It's like, oh, only people run is the people that's guilty of what was said about you. And what he said she didn't like it. But that's what I got for y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and join the channel. It's your boy Paul. Thank y'all. Bye.